Hi, can I film? Okay. Hello, welcome back to My Apartment Looks Radically Different from the last time I uploaded a video. As you can see, I did a little bit of rearranging, and now my desk is on the opposite corner of the room. Hi, hello. I'm not going to be painting any furniture today. I'm getting to a point where I live in a one-bedroom apartment with 900 square feet of space. I can only fit so much furniture in my apartment, and I feel like I'm radically approaching a point where I'm going to start looking at my couch with my acrylic paint and my paintbrush and thinking maybe I could do a galaxy effect with that. And at that point, I would ask that somebody just come to my apartment and chop my thumbs off so that I don't do that to my couch, because at that point, I feel like I will be crossing a little bit of a line with my content. I'm trying to figure out other ways that I can put content on the internet without having to paint my couch or my car or something ridiculous with acrylic paint just for the sake of making a video. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'd like to keep my thumbs, although I'm planning on painting my end tables at some point, so look for that in the next couple weeks or so. Instead, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be painting 3 canvases with these 12-inch diameter circular wooden canvases. I've been painting a ton of these in my apartment. As you can see, I've already started painting this one. It's not done yet, and I'd like to put more of them. As you can see, there's like a blank space right there. That's where my bookshelf used to be over here. It used to be over there, and now there's a blank space. And of course, I can't have a blank space on my wall in my apartment because that would look ridiculous. So I would like to, paint some paintings and put them there just so that I can have it look cohesive and not, boring, heaven forbid. So in the interest of, not just painting all of my furniture, I want to try to create different content and different series on my channel, things that might make it more fun and interesting for me to do projects without having to paint a dresser. So what I want to do and what I want to start trying to do is look up different things online, different paintings, different projects, different things that I can either try to replicate and put in my own apartment, or try to find art online that I like and take inspiration from it and make my own interpretation of it. Now, in particular, what kind of artwork am I going to do? Well, because I happen to also not only be an artist but a gamer, I thought it would be fun to look at The Sims 4 and look at some of the artwork that they have in the home decor aspect of the game and see if I can find artwork that I like in The Sims 4 and take inspiration from that, or just try to replicate it on these wooden canvases that I have. If you don't know what The Sims 4 is, it's a simulation game where essentially you can play God and control your little sim characters. You can design how they look and their personalities and their attire and things like that in extensive detail. You can build the worlds that they live in excruciating detail, and that's always why I played. I loved decorating the Sims houses. I mean, you can make miraculous looking houses and communities and things like that for your Sims, and then you can basically control their lives. I always just stuck to the home decorating aspect of it, because whenever I made Sims and attempted to control them, they would just kill themselves, and at a certain point I started taking it personally. But because there's so much that you can do and customize in the Sims, there's a lot of artwork and decorations and things that you can add in their houses, and I thought, well, it would be kind of fun if I had some of those hanging up on my wall, either ones that are taking inspiration from those artworks or just replicating them as best as I can, because I play The Sims and I feel like it would be a fun little homage to something that I do in my spare time. The Sims basically kept me sane when I was studying for the bar and towards the beginning months of the pandemic, so I feel like it would be an appropriate thing to have on my wall to pay homage to this video game. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to give you guys exclusive access to my Sims world, which is a huge deal because I don't let anybody see anything that I do in The Sims, because I feel like everything I do is super cringy. We're going to go through and look at some of the artwork, and I'm going to put together a collection of a few paintings that maybe I could take inspiration from or that I want to try to replicate and see if I can find anything interesting to do. So let's get started. Okay, hi, I have a microphone now. See, I have a microphone so I can get up close and personal with you guys. All right, here we go, bitch. So, okay, let's figure out how to screen record. All right. So, here is The Sims. If you've never played it before, this is what it looks like. And like I said, there is so much that you can do to, customize and make these houses, super cool. As you can see, this is just the door. I mean, look at all these doors. Bitch, look at that. I'm going to go to the furniture, and as you can see, there's so much fucking furniture that you can do, and there's different colors, what have you. So let's mosey on over to the artwork. So let's take a look, see here, and see if we can find anything interesting, shall we? Okay, so like my goal is to find something that's relatively within my aesthetic. Like I want it to fit in with the vibe that I'm trying to go for in my apartment, which as you can see is just total and utter chaos. So I want to, you know, find something that fits the bill in terms of that vibe. So I'm not looking for something like this. Like I don't know what the fuck that is. Like cats and dogs. Like I'm not gonna put that on my room. Or this. Like no. I'm gonna like put some different options up there. Like meh, maybe. I don't know. This is kind of cool because it's like the Sims plum, like the plum thing. I don't know if it's like the diamond, it's like the symbol for the Sims. I kind of like this. This is like, I don't know why I like this because I'm really bad at bowling, but this is kind of, I kind of fuck with that. Love this. It's kind of like retro pop of color. So, oh my god. Wait, hold on. Stop the presses. I love this. This is like everything. Okay, I need to calm down. This is like, it's just a painting. Okay, so this is got outer space in it. It's got like the Sims language, so it's like specific to the Sims. It's not just a random painting, so it's got that kind of symbols and alien language or whatever in it. It's got this little UFO and the Saturn rings in the background with the stars and these little alien dudes. I love this, and the color scheme could not be better. I wonder how it'll translate on a circular canvas, just because I feel like that might be difficult, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna let that stop me. Ooh. Hold on. Okay. Love that. It's like origami. Love this. This is like a weird bunny like running away into the woods. I love the colors. This is everything I could possibly hope for. That sounds really dramatic. I love the silhouette, and then like the hair has this galaxy effect. I love the colors and everything. This looks like mitochondria, and that's kind of strange. I don't know if I want that. This is really cool. I love the vibe of this with like the mountainscape and then the planets in the background. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like Hoth, which I also kind of like because it's Star Wars. Oh my god. Is that like, what is that phobia where you're afraid of holes? Like that would be your worst fucking nightmare. Like tell me that doesn't fuck you up when you look at it. Oh my god. I don't have that phobia and that makes me uncomfortable. Is that COVID? Did they put COVID in here? Oh my god. Okay, that's a hard pass. We don't want that kind of negative voodoo in here. Oh my god, they're abducting cats. Okay, I have to fucking do something with that. So I think this is where I'm going to be starting off with in terms of inspiration. I think between all of these paintings, I can really find something interesting to do amongst 3 canvases. I think that's what I'm going to do now is go ahead and try to sketch this stuff out, and I will touch base with you guys in a little bit to see where we come up. Hello, welcome back. So I spent about an hour or so sketching some things and then erasing them and then sketching them again because I fucked it up the first couple times. This is the first one. I'm going to try my best to paint it as is because I really just like the painting. It's going to be a little difficult because the original one was like a nice thin rectangular canvas that it was painted on, so it might be a little bit difficult to do it verbatim and have the same amount of space and everything, but I'm going to do my best at least to capture the vibe or get as close as possible to the original. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I don't really think I'm particularly talented enough to pull any of this off, but you know, that's never stopped me before. So I have a cat, as you might have been able to tell by literally every video I post. So basically I'm just going to do a silhouette of a cat sitting on a stool, and then she has a little plumb bob over her head, which a lot of the Sims have when they're like, your Sim is walking around. So I made a cat with a little plumb bob over its head, and what I'm going to do is incorporate the galaxy effect with like the canvas of the girl with her hair being like a galaxy or outer space looking kind of thing, and do that with the silhouette of the cat, and then have the background be something else. I haven't decided. It's subject to change. Third one I want to do, I don't have sketched yet, but I think I might just try to do a painting of that magenta painting with like the bunny running through the forest with like the silhouette of the trees and everything, and then the Sims language at the bottom of it. So let's get started. Shit, I don't have I was washing my little gallon of water and I don't have it handy right now, so this is basically the only thing keeping me alive right now. I don't have the lid, so I can't do the thing, so Hi. Okay, like... This is not... I'm adding like this color, which is a little lighter of a purple. Maybe if I can like add that in to like feather out. Oh no. I don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm making a mess. So this is what I've done so far, and I fucking hate it. I'm just gonna do something else. Hello. Last night I attempted to start working on this project and didn't necessarily go the way I hoped it would. This is where we ended up with this. Things are looking a little bleak. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you can see this, but like as I was layering on different colors of like the purple and the grayish white over here, some of the paint started coming off. Regarding the other project, this is what we have so far. I'm definitely in need of going through and touching up. I feel like I should take on this sucker first because this one is giving me like literal dread thinking about whether it's going to turn out well or not, because right now it's looking like shit. this is what I have done so far. I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of fucking hate it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just let this dry, because if I try to like paint everything in while it's still drying, it's gonna look even more awful, and I might just have to throw it away. I just have to yeet it right off my balcony. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my fucking best. Try to make it similar to the picture, but obviously I already messed up some of like the blending, which I don't think I'm capable of doing quite as well as in this picture, so I opted not to do it. And then now as a result, like certain things aren't clicking into place in terms of how the picture is coming together. So I'm literally just going to like wing it. I severely overestimated my capabilities in this project, let me tell you. Okay, so this is where I left off with the planet painting that I've done. I think the essence of the painting is starting to come together. Obviously I'm going to do like a border to clean up the edges and everything, and I feel like adding the detail on this little UFO ship really kind of put the painting together. This is how I've left it so far. It doesn't look very good. It kind of right now looks like I sprayed a bunch of cat litter on it. Like it has the same exact color as my cat's cat litter. Speak of the devil. Does that look like you? Once I get some of the details in the second painting, I'm hoping that it'll look a little bit better and a little bit less like whatever it's looking like right now, a disaster, I don't know. I'm currently sitting on the floor right now just because I don't know how to make a camera angle where I can like have my whole face in and you could also see what I'm doing, so you're not just like watching me paint nothing while I talk about something stupid for 20 minutes. This is a sacrifice that I am making for content that only like 13 people will watch, but that's fine. So I have been watching a lot of Bachelorette lately because my life has been a little bit miserable the past couple weeks, particularly at work, and I just sometimes when I need to turn off my brain have to just watch content that just makes me feel a little bit smarter and a little bit better about myself. It's a game show where 30 people who look like Instagram models come on to compete for the affection of one person of the opposite gender, and the grand prize at the end of the day is monogamy and a lifetime relationship with somebody that you met on television and have spent collectively 36 hours with. But it's super romantic and the process works. And when I say it works, I mean maybe like 30% of the time. Statistically, it is plausible that it could work and you could actually find somebody that you spend the rest of your life with. And I think this show is just fucking hilarious. I started watching it like a year ago. I heard my coworkers talking about it at work, and it was Pete Weber's season, and they were talking about the episode where he goes to Cleveland on one of the places that they go because they travel a lot on The Bachelor, and they were talking about how they made Cleveland look so good. And The Bachelor is always like a show that I had planned on watching at some point because I love bad reality television, and so I heard them talking about how Cleveland looked really good on the show, but I didn't know what they were talking about, so I'm like, hey, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, The Bachelor. And as somebody who is a lifelong Clevelander, I just am a sucker for any show that or anything that really acknowledges how awesome Cleveland is as a city, and it just warms my freaking heart. So when I heard that and the fact that it was The Bachelor and they were telling me about all the wacky and zany antics that these people get into on this show, I was like, okay, you've convinced me, I will watch this. And I told my boyfriend about it and he was like, I want to watch it too, because we both love petty drama and casting judgment upon relationships that are clearly inferior to ours. I have come to several conclusions upon watching this show. The people who are in charge of production are evil. So The Bachelor is clearly artificial television at its finest. There's a great deal of production manipulation because you have to do that to create drama, to create different storylines in the series, and to make things interesting, because otherwise it's just 30 people in a house just sitting there. But some of these people are like, oh my god. There was an incident in Matt James's season where production essentially allowed one of the contestants to spread a rumor about another contestant that she was a call girl and that she was like entertaining men in Chicago. They were like teasing it in the trailers like it was some juicy, wonderful drama, when in reality they basically ruined that poor girl's life. Not only was it untrue, but even if it was true, you're basically outing somebody's private information and teasing it like being a sex worker is this horrible thing. Essentially, because it's not true, she has to carry that stigma, because unfortunately sex workers have a really dangerous stigma attached to them, and she's going to have to carry that for a long time. But the producers thought it was like really cute and juicy and decided that it would be something fun and interesting to put in the show and tease it as some big revelation later on in the series. That's just like one of the few examples. That's just one of the few examples where the producers just kind of do whatever it takes to manipulate situations. And I know that a lot of shows do this, but it seems like with The Bachelor, they really do a doozy. They really do a number on these contestants. Are we helping? Do we want to help? Are we helping? Another thing I've noticed about The Bachelor franchise is that pretty much everybody involved, the potential contestants as well as the lead, the person who is going to be choosing their person at the end of the day, the bachelor or bachelorette, are woefully unprepared for a long-term relationship. I understand that people go on reality television for a myriad of reasons. At the same time, when the whole purpose that you're trying to sell is romance, you would think that you would try to do a little bit better of a job to like trick people into thinking that these people could be there for the right reasons. Like, again, you're trying to create a facade, but they're doing a terrible job of creating this facade. I mean, on Pete Weber's season, there was like 22-year-olds. Pete Weber and Matt were like sweating bullets at the very idea of somebody talking about engagement. I mean, Matt literally looked like he was about to have a nervous breakdown towards the end of his season when it got close to actually proposing to somebody. And of course he didn't, because he wasn't ready. They're talking the whole time about like, yeah, I'm ready for kids, I want to get married, I'm like, this is what I'm looking for. And then like you get to the final 5 or the final 4, and then you start introducing the contestants to the family and vice versa, and then you see them like go wide-eyed like, oh my god, I oh, I have to propose. And like the contestants too, they're all like competitive and like getting people kicked off and trying to like spend time with the lead and this and that, and they're like, oh, I'm falling in love. And then it gets towards the end and you could tell they're like, I thought I was gonna get eliminated at this point. I thought I was gonna get to like 5th place or 4th place and then become the bachelorette or be the person that gets the most likes on Instagram and get ads for like selling vitamins or something. And it's just like, what did you think you were doing on the show? I understand that the show was like mostly fake, but again, you would think you'd pick people that are maybe like more than a year above drinking age, at least, to make me convinced that they're actually ready for a long-term relationship. Not even a marriage, just like a relationship. And I mean, I understand people who are 22, 23 years old do get married. I'm 26 and I feel like I'm not ready to be an adult yet. I can barely take care of myself. But there are a couple times when the show does kind of surprise me. For example, when Tayshia and Zach got engaged, I actually believed that they would last longer than a month like most of these relationships do. They seemed like they were actually people who gave a shit about their love life. Zach seemed like somebody who was nominated to go on the show and was just like, yeah, okay, I'm ready for a relationship. What's the worst that can happen? Regarding Katie's season, I have a lot of thoughts. I don't trust Greg. I don't trust Greg whatsoever. Greg seems on paper like a perfect guy, and he seems like somebody that I would usually be interested in because he's like attractive and endearing and awkward, but not like overly awkward so that we just wouldn't be able to function in public. However, I feel like there is something about Greg that just rubs me the wrong way. I also saw this thing online that was talking about how he's actually an actor and how he scrubbed all of his social media of any references to the fact that he is an actor, and I can't really think of a reason why somebody who is here for the right reasons would do that. Greg, I'm on to you. I like Connor B because he dressed up as a cat. I liked Michael A. He made me cry when he was talking about his dead wife. I didn't think that I would actually feel human emotions while watching this show, but here we are. Everybody else is just absolutely ridiculous, but I have a really good time watching the show. I like Katie as a lead. I feel like it's something that I look forward to during the week because Mondays are usually the day at work where I want to just like smash my head against the wall, and The Bachelor kind of takes away a little bit of that pain for me because it just makes, getting through the week a little bit easier by having something stupid to look forward to. Hello, it is 11:30 right now. It's been about a month since I started this project and I am finally done. For some reason, it took a lot of mental energy out of me to be able to... Can you see that? So I cut my hair by myself 3.5 months ago because I was just fucking tired of looking at my hair. I used craft scissors and it went horribly wrong. I found giant appendages of hair just like hanging off that were a good 3 to 4 inches longer than the rest of my hair. It was a bloodbath. It was really bad. I do not recommend doing that. Don't cut your own hair with crafting scissors. I would be like putting my hair up or parting my hair in a particular way, and I would find an appendage like this just like way longer than the rest of my hair, and then I'd have to like wonder if anybody else had noticed that my hair just looked wonky as hell when I'd go out in public, and then I'd have to cut it, and then I'd find another one. So I'm not exactly sure what the hell I was doing not noticing this, but I'm gonna have to cut this off when I'm done filming. So I have finished my paintings. I have 3 of them now. I would have loved to have filmed the 3rd painting that I had been working on. I just finished it up tonight, but I did a little thing called not pressing record, and yeah, I actually contemplated sitting down and repainting the whole thing on the back of the one that I had just finished, but then I decided that would be a colossal waste of my time, so I'm obviously not going to do that. I think they turned out pretty good. Some of them better than others. I just did my best, but I enjoyed doing it. I feel like they turned out pretty cool. Painting number 1 was a Saturn alien outer space looking painting. Probably one of my favorite paintings in the game, and so this is the finished result. I think this came out pretty freaking good. The original painting in the game was a rectangle, so obviously the proportions are not going to be perfect. This coloring right here, like where the rings are, they're supposed to fade into the very pale versions of these original colors and kind of blend in with the planet, which obviously I can't do because I'm not very talented. I feel like the spirit of the painting is definitely there. I put the orange trim around it, which is a little bit of a variation from the original, which has a white trim, but I like the orange because I think it makes it pop against my wall. This is considered a success, if you will. Painting number 2, which was not a direct copy of something from The Sims, but it was inspired by that one little painting that had the woman's hair flowing in a silhouette of a woman with like a galaxy effect in her hair. What I wanted to do was try to paint something that took a similar color scheme and similar effect of that and do a silhouette of a cat, because I like cats more than I like people. This is probably not very surprising to anybody. It didn't turn out exactly how I wanted. I think the finished product is okay. This is a finished product. It's still a little wet. I basically tried incorporating mainly the same colors of the galaxy effect that was in the silhouette's hair and just doing that in the background, and then using the bright green color of the plumb bob for the Sims logo and just incorporating that in the outline and in the border for the painting. So it really isn't similar to the original like whatsoever, but I guess because it has the little Sim plumb bob on it, it's more of a direct reference to the Sims, so I don't know. I don't really know why I did this one. Number 3, which you didn't get to see because I'm an idiot and I didn't press record, but I basically put this one together. It took about an hour or 2. It was the painting of the like little haunted bunny running through the woods with like a magenta silhouette and a bunch of trees. The finished result. As you can see, it doesn't really look like it at all. It's got a similar spirit of the original one. Like it has the same Sims language at the bottom, and there's a little bunny guy right there. Colors, I had a really hard time getting the colors exactly right because you wanted them to be standing out enough to see that there's like different colors of silhouettes of trees in the background, but also not have them stand out too much because then it didn't really give the effect that the original one did. Again, I'm dealing with trying to paint things that were generated on a computer and doing it with acrylic paint in my apartment on my coffee table with literally zero ability to do this whatsoever. You can't really tell what it is. It just looks kind of ominous and weird, but I feel like a lot of the things in my apartment are kind of ominous and weird, so I guess it'll fit right in. Do I think I did a good job? Kind of. The first painting I think turned out pretty darn good considering I was using a different shape canvas. It turned out as good as I think it could have. Second painting, I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking, but I guess I'll hang it up on my wall and just pretend that it wasn't. I'll just try not to talk about it. Third painting I think turned out pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I'm not ashamed to hang any of these up in my apartment, so I guess that's something. That's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more from me, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to suggest anything that you want to see from me in the future, please make sure to comment down below. Or if you want to tell me that my paintings suck ass, you can let me know in the comments as well. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pay attention to my cat. Otherwise, she's going to murder me in my sleep. Okay, bye.